Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, your main proprietor at the Tenkar's Tavern blog. So, what do we have here? From CNBC. Now, yesterday I had a Forbes article. Forbes article was talking about what? I will show you for a quick second. I did an article. We did a video. D&D is now responsible for an estimated 100 million to 150 million in annual revenue. Could Dungeons and Dragons be the new Harry Potter? Stranger things have happened. My God. So D&D is on the rise, right? And then we get the earnings report out from Hasbro. And what does the earnings report from Hasbro show us? Hasbro profit misses the mark as toy maker faces high inventory and inflation. Year to date, I believe that the mark for those collecting Social Security, I'm gray, but not that gray, is an 8.3% increase to Social Security payments for 2023. The largest increase, I believe, in over 40 years. I want to say 42. So, yes, inflation is a huge problem. It's a huge issue. And it's hitting pocketbooks and wallets because, let's be honest, even if your job gave you a 5% wage increase, right? You're like, oh, look, I was making $1,000. Now I'm making $1,000.50 a week, $50 a week. Well, guess what? That money is not going very far because you lost 8.3%. So your 1,050 is worth probably about like 975, 980 in prior wages. I know. Math, it's scary. You're a gamer. You should know this shit. So, what are the highlights in the CNBC article? Hasbro reported quarter three earnings that missed expectations and revenue that matched Wall Street projections. Okay. CEO Chris Cox pointed to increasing price sensitivity among consumers. Why? Because your money isn't going as far as it used to. Therefore, you have to find ways to make it go further. And that often means not spending on incidentals, not spending on entertainment. Actually, this is probably a good thing for those that do third-party products, those are self-publishers. If you keep your price points low or lower, you might do well. The toy giant has raised prices this year as inflation soared to 4 decades high. Well, their prices go up to cover their costs, and your buying power doesn't increase really, right? So you're going to be buying less. Hasbro reported third quarter earnings Tuesday morning that fell short of analysts' expectations as inflation weighed on consumers and a company contended with high levels of inventory. The toy maker also faced tough comparisons from a year ago when it benefited from multiple film releases such as My Little Pony, A New Generation, and Come From Away. Surging inflation added to the pressure. So now next year, with the D&D movie coming out, that should be a push to their earnings, right? I am not an analyst of economics. I am certainly not a stock analyst. My history in buying and purchasing stocks and penny stocks, only good purchase I ever made was Sirius XM satellite radio. Everything else, fucking lost. Don't look at me for advice on this. I'm not giving advice. I'm just reporting what's in this article. Okay. As expected, the third quarter is our most difficult comparison and was further impacted by increasing price sensitivity for the average consumer. This is again Cox. He explained on this point in a conference call Tuesday morning, saying that promotions have become increasingly important in driving product sales. When it comes to promotions, movies also drive what? The licensed movie. If you own the license that's being turned into a movie, you also own the rights to the toys, the books, the other knickknacks. The company reported high inventory, which is currently afflicting retailers across the board. Hasbro said in an investor presentation that inventory should help it meet holiday demand. I'm going to read into that. And what they're saying is, shit, we wish we had sold more, but thankfully we can unload it on our retailers as holiday purchases, right? You need extra shit for the holidays. Me, again, I'm spitballing. Shares were down more than 2% Tuesday, hitting a new 52-week low. Uh, here's where it gets a little interesting for us. Oh, I hate when that happens. I'm about to go right there. Oh, and it closed. All right. So where it gets interesting for us is that um, the issue is that the company lost about 15% year to year for their revenue. So revenue last year for quarters down 15%. Wizards of the Coast is pretty much down 16%. So it's keeping up with the Joneses. It's keeping up with the company at large, but that doesn't necessarily bode well or bode ill. It is a reflection of the economy. Now, do I think it's going to get boosted next year with the release of the movie? I would gather that. I would guess, but I am not a financial analyst. I am not making financial predictions. Just reporting on what we got. I will include a link to this article uh, in the show notes and probably as a pinned comment. Now, remember, this channel is not just me. It is also, who else? Glenn Hallstrom, Joe the Lawyer, Bad Mike, Matt Jackson, Rob Conley. Rob should be having his own video channel coming out soon. You can subscribe to our weekly newsletter, which will give you a link to all the channels that are affiliated with this channel, my other co-hosts, and allow you to catch up on what they're doing. That subscription is free. I will include links in the show notes. Please give them a look. Also doing that for our Gamers Health weekly live stream on Saturdays. We're including recipes and exercise routines and things you can do for meditation and equipment that is used and possible food choices. And as time goes on, it'll just get better, but we got to get there. So those are two options you can sign up for. They're both free. Folks, as always, be safe, be well, God bless. Roll those dice, roll them well. We are still in the midst of the endemic. Use your common sense. That's all I ask. I hope it's not too much of you. Tomorrow should be an interesting day. We will have a live stream at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Tomorrow is Wednesday. We always have a live stream at 8 p.m., but we should have a special guest tomorrow. Who is it? La Whittle Alice? We're going to be talking, I believe, AI art. Should be very interesting. All right, folks. Look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Laters.